I absolutely hate it when there's creepers on my lawn. Here, this thing will fix it. There we go. Problem solved. Hello everyone, Air the Sneakers here, and here we are to another Minecraft mod showcase. Now I'll be going over the Open Turrets mod. Now I forgot to say it in my last video, which I'm just starting to do this. Hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell to get notified of all my new videos I upload. Alright, let's get started. Now, but this mod is, well, unlike the TF2 mod, which there are turrets in this one is just dedicated to turrets. Not those turrets, but turrets. And the mod will be in the description below. And let's go over these. Now we have the turret bases. We have a level 1, which that's the crafting recipe, 4 cobblestone, 4 of any kind of wood, and a level 1 sensor. And the level 1 sensor is any wood and surrounded by redstone. Now this is like a really cheap turret. Nope, no, not that one. Because usually you will need an external power source. But you can do that on there. Build it up. Or you can use a turret crank, which is only good for level 1 turrets and level 1 turret bases. As you can see, that neat little animation. Now the crank. You just need like 5 cobblestone blocks to craft it. If you, I mean, this is really good. Like you have like a turret defense early. And now there's tier 2, which you take 4 iron ingots, 3 IO bus, a sensor tier 2, and then a level 1 turret base. Then craft the level 2. You just put the level 1 sensor in the middle, an IO bus at the bottom, and then the rest surrounded by iron ingots. It's pretty much the same thing, like brown, but gold here, diamond. Oh wait, yeah, the crafting recipe does alter. 2 golden ingots, IO bus, and IO bus. And as for the diamond, it just gets expensive. Like for the tier 4 sensor, you need level 3 IO buses, nether quartz, diamond, and gold. And then the obsidian one. It's a completely expensive. There's, well, obsidian, well, it is expensive if you don't have if you have no ways of getting diamond easily. Yep, glowstone included. And it just gets real expensive. But the higher the turret stand, the more advanced turrets can go on it. Now these are slightly turret-based modifications. Like here's base inventory expander. Basically, each turret has a inventory, unless you're using energy turrets, which only reuse energy. Like this one will expand the turret's maximum ammo capacity. So all you need is 4 cobblestone, any type of wood, a chest, and then 3 IO buses. I'm just going to call it IO buses. Just make it easy. Now, since this is it's a level 1, these are the 2 level 1s. A disposable item turret, and then a potato cannon turret. Now, the disposable item... No, wrong one. Like, if you have just some things you just need to get rid of and want to use it for ammunition, then this turret is the thing for you. Guess I didn't think of this one through. Hold on, let me just retrieve something. Cactus green. Darn it. I mean, all. So this thing just shoots items and to craft the disposable item turret, all you need is a barrel tier 1, a chamber tier 1, 4 cobblestone, and 1 redstone. You craft this, 4 cobblestone, and then any kind of wood. And then for the chamber, 6 cobblestone, any kind of wood, and redstone. Pretty cheap, but I don't see much of this thing really working. Let's put this back. And now let's move on to the potato. The potato. Oh, can I have a potato? Now this uses potatoes as ammunition. So if you have a really extensive potato farm, they just farm so many potatoes, then this is a good turret for you. And to craft it, all you'll need is 2 tier 1 barrels, a tier 1 chamber, 2 redstone, and 4 cobblestone. It is really cheap. Just like shoot potatoes, I think. We're about to initiate testing. So I'm just going to spawn in a creeper as a subject. And as you can see, there's like a 50-50 chance that the potato will like drop, and looks like you can't pick it up. Guess just gotta bury that. No use for that. And that's it for the tier 1. And that's it for the tier 1 turrets. Now we move on to tier 2, which the crank will be useless for this one. So a tier 2 base, which I think if you're already aware of. Oh, I forgot. Now these are base power expanders. Basically, if you attach, the more you attach these to a turret base, the more energy you receive. This same applies to inventory expansions. Now, the tier 2 turrets, there's the gun turret, incinerary turret, and that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to put it on this power source here to charge it up right away. And as I showed you, this is how you craft it. Now the IO bus, you need 1 gold, 1 iron ingot, and 3 redstone, which is somewhat pricey. Then the tier 2 sensor, you need the tier 1 sensor, 3 iron ingots, and an IO bus. And to craft the gun turret, you need is a tier 2 barrels, a tier 2 chamber, 2 iron ingots, and 2 IO buses. And to craft these, you need 4 iron ingots, 1 redstone, and a chamber. Tier 1, which is not that expensive, considering that iron is somewhat common, and you don't really need a lot of redstone for this one. Now this one takes bullets, which are right here. To craft these, you'll need 2 iron ingots, 2 iron ingots, 1 redstone, and 1 gunpowder. And that's how you craft bullets. This really makes it feel like an actual turret, which is pretty cool. Okay, now spawn in creepers. Now that is just cool. Because with the sound effects, it makes you feel like an actual shooting turret. Now for the sources of power, I have Galactic Craft mod and the Extra Utilities mod installed like down here. That's the creative power source. Then the sealed heavy aluminum wire for my good sources of power. So if you're getting this mod, I recommend get a mod like either Galactic Craft, Buildcraft, or any mod that uses power of electricity, like in-game electricity, not real one. Okay, now we move on from that to the incinerary turret. Now to craft this one, you'll need 2 ion buses, 2 tier 2 chambers, 2 tier 2 barrels, and 2 iron ingots, which is slightly pricey than only just by a slight. Right, the turret. Now the ammunition for this one takes blazing clay. Like, get out of there, bullets. Okay. Now this shoots incinerary clay, which does more than cause damage. It sets its which is much weaker than the regular turret. But it's good, just if you want to set people on fire, but this is not really much of a good turret. Now to craft the blazing clay, you will need clay, 4 redstone, and blaze powder. Which is so pricey. They make all these pricey. So that's it for the tier 2 turrets. Now we move on to a tier 3 turret. As you know, this is the crafting recipe. And then that's on here for the power source. Oh, wrong one. Now the tier 3 would be the grenade launcher turret, the don't know how to pronounce that. This turret, and that's pretty much it. Now it's the grenade launcher. Now you may see I have obsidian chests from the iron chest mod because things are going to get explosive. So I'm prepared for this one. Now this is the ammunition you use. Now to craft it, you will need 4 iron, 1 redstone, 3 iron, 1 redstone, 1 gunpowder. So not that expensive, like somewhat reasonably cheap. Okay. Put a right here. What the? As you can see, there's a slight malfunction. Get out of here. Doesn't have really much of a good range, so it needs to be at close proximity to use it. So this is not good for range. Now, what you saw me did is like you can remove it. You can like take any block like this and cover it, so they'll never suspect it's a turret base, which is good. Change any kind of block. Creeper, don't you think of escaping this place? Well, I'm not done with it yet. So now we move on to the relativistic turret. This is a really hard pronunciation. Now this one doesn't use any ammunition. It uses energy. A creeper, I'm ordering you to get close. Are you gonna do something? I don't think this turret is doing anything. 2 hearts. This is a freaking useless turret. Freaking useless. So, don't use that one, unless you know exactly what it is. Now that's it for the Tier 3. Now we move on to the Tier 4 turrets. Now we move on to like a diamond look to it. We have diamond, 4 diamond, a Tier 3 turret base, 3 IO buses, and a Tier 4 sensor. Tier 4 sensor, you need level 3. Tier sensor, IO buses, 2 of them, 2 gold ingots, 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, and 2 nether quartz. Pretty pricey. But as I said, the higher level turrets, the better it is, the better turrets they are. And that would be the rocket launcher and the teleporter. Now the rocket launcher is very powerful. Oh shoot, forgot to tell you to crap those previous turrets. That's stupid me. Okay, so to craft the grenade launcher, you will need a Tier 3 barrel, a Tier 3 chamber, 4 gold ingots, and an IO bus. And to craft this useless piece of crap, you will need 4 gold ingots, 3 ender pearls, a Tier 3 sensor, and an IO bus. Which is pricey for something completely useless. Now to craft the rocket launcher turret, you'll need 2 nether quartz, 2 diamonds, an IO bus, 3 Tier 4 barrels, and a Tier 4 chamber. Now to craft these, you need Tier 3 chamber, 2 diamond, 4 nether quartz, and then for the chamber, same thing, 4 nether quartz, 2 diamonds, and a Tier 3 chamber and an IO bus. Now, as you can see, it looks like some type of weird missile launcher. Okay. This is the ammunition type it takes. And as you can see, the range is really good, and it's a very good turret for long-range explosives. And since it's an explosive, it has splash damage, so it can cause damage to more than one target. Don't you malfunction on me. So make sure they don't go close range because they'll not function correctly. Okay, now we move on to the teleporter turret, which, unlike that useless one, besides teleporting entities randomly, this doesn't really do much. As you can see. What it does, it just teleports, which is actually pretty useful because if you want to collect mobs around you, like set up a chamber up here. No, oh, get. Okay. Since you're cooperative. No! Like you can trap mobs in. So if I put multiple down, you can really collect them. Didn't really plan this one well. keeping them in one place. So many creepers. Okay, so the teleporter turret, you'll need 4 Eye of Ender, which is very expensive, very hard to find. 2 diamonds, 1 nether quartz, an IO bus, and a tier 4 sensor. Very expensive. But good if you know how to find. Okay, now that's it for the tier 4. We move on to the last tier of turrets. That would be the tier 5. This is the tier 5 turret base. To craft it, you'll need 4 obsidian, 3 IO buses, a tier 4 turret base, and a tier 5 sensor. Tier 5 sensor, you'll need 2 golden ingots, 2 glowstone dust, 2 IO buses, and 2 obsidian. But these are the best turrets in the line. And this would be the laser turret and the railgun turret. To craft the laser gun, you'll need a tier 5 barrel, tier 5 chamber, 4 obsidian, 3 obsidian blocks, and 2 IO buses. Yeah, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. Blah blah. Blah blah. Alright. Now this uses energy, which is, let's see, it's take it now. Okay, now this is okay. Oopsies. I'm just bringing a tier 5. There you go. And then the railgun turret. As you can see, it just floats, which is really cool. Yeah, particle effect. And this takes the last type of image we have, the ferromagnetic slug. Oh, the rockets. I forgot to try to craft the rockets. This is how you craft the rocket. You need 5 iron ingots, gunpowder, and redstone. Not that expensive considering the turret, which I showed you, was pretty expensive. Now we want, for this railgun, we'll need the ferromagnetic slugs, which you'll need 3 redstone, flint, and an iron ingot, which is reasonably cheap. Oh shit. And yes, it is a high damaging turret. But a very slow fire rate. Just watching them getting rid of all these creepers. Boom. Okay, that's it for the turrets. Now I move on to turret modifications. Turret modifications. Now we go to here, as you can see, power expanders and inventory. Now here's a tier 1 inventory expander, which you'll need 4 cobblestone, any kind of wood, 3 IO buses, and a chest, which you can attach. And then the power expander, you'll need same recipe, but instead of a chest, it's redstone. Now what you do is just attach the power expander here, which the best part of this is that you can fit more energy into a single turret, storing more energy, which is good. Now the inventory expander is like just for ammunition. See, like more spots for ammunition. Blah blah blah. Okay, now this one is only for creative mode, and what it does is when you attach it, any entity this turret kills, no loot will drop. Which is good for like some things you just want to do. Okay, now we move on to turret mods and upgrades. As you can see, the red are add-ons, and then upgrades here. Now, I'm sick and tired of your turrets just a bit too slow. You can increase their fire rate. Fire rate. And then fire rate. As you can see, just took them out. The fire rate upgrade, which increases it, but you have 2 upgrade slots and they only take like 4 of that type of upgrade. But you can mix, you can just experiment around, mix it up. Next we have efficiency, which is good if you have like turrets that take ammunition, which has a 8% chance. Alright, so in a way, what this does is like energy efficiency. So if it's very hard to get energy into your turret, it's a good upgrade for you. Oh, forgot how to show it. Okay, to craft the fire rate. So many technical difficulties. You'll need three nether quartz, blaze powder, and an IO bus. So pretty expensive. Next we have is efficiency, which you'll need 3 nether quartz, an eye of ender, and an IO bus for efficiency. Then range, which increases the range of a turret. So if that darn little creeper's out of range, you just add a whole bunch of these and it'll reach them at that range. Now there is no extensions for the upgrades, which that'll make your turret somewhat overpowered. Now things you can do with this turret, you can place them on any angle as long as it's attached to the block. Really great. No. Now we have accuracy, which increases your turret accuracy from just completely just default accuracy to point on deadlock accuracy. And then we have scatter shot, which increases which adds a single shot per projectile per shot. Which if you stack 8 of these, you will get like 8 shots, which pretty powerful, but also energy consuming. Accuracy. Basically, it's just going to be the same, but you just add something. Now the memory card, which copies data from that turret, and you can put on any other turret. You need is 2 redstone, 2 lapis, 2 iron ingots, 1 gold ingot, 1 paper, and 1 iron bus to craft it. Now how this works. as you can see, it copies that data from that turret and you can put it on another turret. Okay, now that's it for that. Now we move on to the add-ons. Damage boost, which increases the damage per shot. You need 6 iron ingots and 2 ender pearls. The recycler, which has a chance for the turret not to use ammunition if your turret uses ammunition. Which could be get more shots out of your turret than normal. Which you need 4 iron ingots, 3 magma cream, an ender chest, and an IO bus. Whoopsies. Did not mean to do that. Okay, put these back. I am just so not prepared with these things. All right. Solar panel, which adds a solar panel, which needs to be under light, which is not really good for generating energy at a high level turret. But if you have a low level turret, it is good just to refill your turret without you having to crank the thing or add some sort of power source. No idea what that does exactly. Redstone reactor, which is good for if you have energy turrets, which if you have redstone in the turret's inventory, it'll convert that to power, but it is not good from... Hold on, let me just be sure. Take this. So let's try redstone blocks. Guess it is like somewhat of a good source of energy if you have redstone blocks, which is still pretty darn expensive. Next we have fake drops. Fake drops. No idea what this... Never really examined these ones very well. Well, let's see how this works. Makes mobs killed by turrets drop it as if the player killed them. Oh, so this is more like a prank. A pranking thing. Turret concealer, which if you have like a disguised turret base here, which is really good. This is the best one. So what it does is that whenever the turret's not in use, it'll hide itself. So as players just walk up and like, this place seems empty. Oh yeah! Steps on in and then realizes, oh no, 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 and puts it away. Perfect. Which is one of my best feeling like I have a hidden defense systems. Serial port, which is the thing by itself is not good unless you have open computers or computer craft, which is a super complex mod, which I may not review. Recycler, damage boost, yeah, blah blah. Put this away. Turret ammo. And then these two things, which are like throw a grenade, throw a bullet. Although they don't really work, you know, offhand. So I think that's everything. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the mod review. And as I promised in my New Year's resolution, I'll be uploading frequently. I mean, I'll start off with just like one video per week, push into 2, but don't want to overly strain myself. And so, hope you hit that subscribe button to get notified, well, and the bell to get notified about all new videos. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.